I had a crazy idea of maybe I should pre-record a bunch of Azumanga Daioh and have that pop up while I'm away. So we might read through a bunch. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. Chicken, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Also, I realized this is the end of the month. I am like atrociously behind on everything stream-wise. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to hunt on this month, and we're going to combine September with October, since I'm going to be gone for half of October anyway. So anyway, all right, we got to finish this basket. I'm slammed with stuff. I'm trying to finish getting stuff ready for work. I've got a bunch of stuff for work that I still need to finish, including reading this horrible paper. So I'm working on that. Hey Scar, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy weekend. End of the weekend, I guess. All right, so let's get to it here. I can't remember. We're just doing a billion rows. I mean, that's in essence what we're doing. We're doing a billion rows. You got it? So, fortunately, we're doing a billion rows. We only have like 4 left. I'm heading out tomorrow. I'll be back 2 Sundays from now. So, that's the plan. What am I looking for? Okay. All right, so we're just single crochet. Wait, no. We already did the single crochet. We're now doing half double crochets here. Yeah, fortunately, I think yesterday I was just, after I eat and whatever, sometimes I just don't feel so good. So I think that yesterday was just a post-meal, like, blah. Like right now too, like, I think it's just my life now. So I'm just hoping and praying to stay healthy. You always feel crappy, yeah. Maybe I'm getting more sensitive to it with only really having one meal. Where my body's just like, blarg. Blargity blarg. Corin, how are you doing? Happy end of the week. Yeah, I'm sure it's a just metabolism thing. Oh. I get in a good nap today, which is probably more critical. Switch your day on Warframe? Hey, nice. Nice. I spent most of my day, well, this morning was church with singing. And then, doing some final work preps. I've got a bunch of work things to do. Again, there's this, I had to finish off one of my papers. That's all done. So thank goodness, my paper's all done. I need to finish reading through this other paper. I read through another 5 or 6 pages this afternoon, and it's just brutal. It's brutal. I gotta speed it up because it's 30 more pages to go. Actually, it's more like 40 more pages to go. I need to get that back to them by tomorrow. I need to finish reviewing another thing. That should only take a little bit. And then I need to finish writing 3 reviews and put in my yearly eval review. That's a little bit more worrisome. And I need to finish packing completely, like do the final pack. Like I'm 95% of the way there, but I need to do the final, like, yep, in, check the weight, all that stuff, and make sure I'm good to go. I've got everything at this point. It's just doing the final, like, what am I going to wear on the plane? What am I going to wear when I'm there? Because, right, again, it's weight limited. My main bag can only be 15 kilos. My main bag can only be 15 kilograms. Sort of like early afternoon. So I've got plenty of the morning tomorrow and all that to do stuff. And given that I wake up at 5, it's actually a full day for most people. Lorenzo, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Happy end of the weekend. Boy. Well, you know, my fingers are healing. That's good. Anyway, I'm trying to avoid going like full on hypochondriac, which is kind of where the mode that I feel in right now. That's the unfortunate, like, I'm sure everything will be great. It'll be awesome and wonderful. Like when I went to Israel a few years ago, same thing. I was really nervous about getting sick, all that stuff. Everything was wonderful, but like the anxiety of like getting there and everything, it's just like, ugh, I hate that. It's going to be like 24, 25 hours of travel. Like, ugh. Oh, man. How many? Ugh, I don't want to do this many rows. This is boring. This is boring. I want to do something else. You know, the sad part is, like, because, like, going on the plane and all that, it's like, oh, man, I can't take a lot of books, because at the end of the day, I have to be I'm carrying the books, or they count against my weight limit for what the Sherpa will carry. So I can't take a bunch of extra material that I would only really use on the plane. That's the thing. But it's like, it's 2 8-hour flights. I really don't enjoy watching movies on planes. Well. Yeah, it is a lot of flying. And for me, both coming and going, I have another flight to get to the 2 8-hour flights. So like, the 8-hour flight starts from Boston to Amsterdam and then Amsterdam to Tanzania. Like, oh. But I gotta get to Boston. So it's like, oh well. So that, honestly, that's what makes it like a 24, 25-hour day, is there was no really great direct route. There were shorter options, but they were like going through Doha, and
R.I.P.
Yeah, I know. They were going through Doha, and they were like a lot more expensive, and so it was like, is it really worth it? And then like even coming back, like going out it was shorter, but coming back you had, I don't know. There's always like an ungodly layover in Doha. And it was like maybe an 8 or a 10-hour layover. And it's like, no, like, so you're going to pay like $1,000 more to get one shorter trip? Like, no. Anyway. Hey, Goshi. Any special training for the climb? No. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. No, so there's no special gear required for the hike. It is in essence just a long hike and a cold weather hike. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It is the tallest freestanding mountain that you can climb without any special climbing gear, or that you can get to the top through the route that we're going without having to do any special climbing gear. The things that I need to have are things like a cold weather sleeping bag, you know, layers, you know, ski pants, a coat, and you need to have everything in between. So, yeah, exactly. If that was not a, what was it? The Apple Power Bar, what was it called? Not like that. Why does this not seem right? Yeah, so it's the tallest mountain where that you can climb without needing special stuff. So right, while I'm not like the most cardio efficient person, I do actually get to do like large scale walking, you know, like 3 kilometers almost every day uphill type of thing for work. I don't know why I'm counting. I don't even know what the number is. Well, it should be multiples of 8. 1, 2. Yeah, that's supposed to be right. Walk like go to the gym. Yeah, like I'm, you know, my cardio is probably not in the best shape, but at the same time, like I do climb up a big hill going to work every day. So at least I'm not starting from scratch. So I think the real, honestly, the biggest thing will be the altitude sickness, which is like, it's like the lottery. Like, oh, and they do some things to try to help ameliorate that. For instance, like the first couple days are still pretty normal elevation, and then I think it's the 3rd or 4th day where you actually go up. You go up a good amount, but then you come down, and then you make camp there. So you kind of get exposed to the higher elevation, then you come down and sleep at a lower elevation. And so they do some stuff to kind of try to acclimatize better. And then again on the last day we added on a safari tour. So So after we get back, we'll have an extra day to do the safari, and then we head out. So I'm assuming while I'm on the mountain, like that my connectivity will be zilch. I'm taking my phone, but it'll largely just be in camera mode. I've got a spare battery because it'll be, the trek itself is like 7 days. So I should be able to still have some camera by the time I get to the top, assuming the cold doesn't just immediately drain everything. But if I'm turning off my phone, when I'm not using it, this should be good. Hey Sam, your parents took you on a train ride to the top of Pikes Peak, yeah. Shortly after moving to Colorado. Elevation sickness got bad. Oh no. Honest, if I don't know if elevation sickness is anything like seasickness. I don't know if they're correlated at all, or like if you're susceptible one, you're susceptible to another. I typically don't get seasick. However, once in extremely bad seas, I got sick one day because I had a really poor night's sleep the night before. So honestly, I'm hoping maybe if it's dependent on sleep, we'll see. Because I typically don't sleep well in new environments. I'm usually just really like, but again, I'll be mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. Maybe I won't have a hard time sleeping. You went back later and it was a good time? Oh, there you go. See, that's the thing. Like, maybe sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. Like, oh boy. They're not related. Okay. One's on your ear. Okay. That's the seasickness. Well, we'll see. Others on your body adapting a low oxygen. Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to say that my body is already used to not having a lot of oxygen. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of just resigning myself to be cold, because typically my extremities are always just cold. I know that's circulation, that's not oxygen level, but still. Now they do like an oxygen level monitoring, I think like twice a day. So we'll have some ability to check. Now, I have no idea what they do. If you're looking low, maybe they give you something. I don't know. Anyway. You know, like, I was thinking, like, at the end of the day, yeah, they could give oxygen. If it were critical, I'm sure. Who's the poor guy hauling the O2 tank? Yeah, they, well, we have a bunch of people to schlep stuff, so. It'll be a different form of grueling. Like, I remember, right, when I went to Israel 3 years ago, right, we did 3 music concerts, and so there were 3 days where we did touring all day, and then we went from that, like, directly from those things to a venue, changed, and then did an hour-and-a-half concert. Standing the whole time. it's a different type of grueling, I guess. You know, at least when we were touring, we got to go back to the bus, air condition, cool off, all that stuff, and then at the end of the day, we were back at a hotel. But as I've mentioned before, this is as close to glamping as you could probably get in this environment. The Sherpas will be the ones setting up the camp, breaking down the camp. They apparently run ahead and prep that and set it up, so by the time you get to camp, it's all set up and ready to go. I mean, they make all the meals. It's again, it's pretty posh, all things considered. Yeah, they carry your main luggage, which is why it has to be less than 15 kilograms. And you take a day pack along with you to carry the water and other stuff you need for the day. You know what the food is gonna be like? No. No idea. I imagine they have a mixture of things that are designed to help you with energy and adapt to the environment and whatever. But I don't know how local it is, etc. Like, I'm sure it's not going to be like overly spicy and causing problems. Stuff that's designed to like be, you know, good on the kind of the digestion, high in fiber. No Taco Bell. Apparently they'll even set up like a portable like latrine area, which is pretty wild. Because I was thinking, like, I assume we just go off somewhere with a shovel. So one of the things that I bought for this trip, for the group's sake, one of the things I bought for this trip was a pee bottle, and it's just what you think it is. I did this when I was in Afghanistan, because the latrines, the bathrooms were, I don't know, like a 2 or 3 minute walk away. And the last thing you want to be doing in the middle of the night is putting on your sandals, walking 2 or 3 minutes to get to the bathroom to go in the middle of the night. So you come up with something to have, you know, that you can throw away later. Anyway, so you can buy a pee bottle with various sort of whatevers for pretty cheap. So I will be using that for this trip, because the last thing I want to do is be fumbling around in pitch black trying to find a place to go pee, and when it's really, really, really cold outside. So from the sounds of it, I'll be curious to see how, oops, I did not hook the blue. I lost the blue. So it sounds like they boil in the evening, like in the base camp, they'll boil the water and then distribute it. And so the idea is that you'll have like I've got a liter Nalgene bottle. You can put the hot water in that. You can throw it in your sleeping bag to help kind of warm it up. And then in the morning, you've got your drinking water for the day. I also have like a water bladder that I can fill up with a couple liters of water in case I need it. They give you like a lunch to eat during the day, and then again, they prepare breakfast and dinner at the camp. So we'll see what it all ends up looking like. I think I'll be fine. They do, whatever reason, they recommend bringing along some energy bars, so I've got a bunch of Cliff bars. I've got like 2 per day, which is probably overkill. And I've got some, like, either I'm going to do trail mix or just I've got pistachios. Trail mix would have more carbs in it than just pistachios, which is probably more useful. So I may ditch the pistachios for the trail mix. But part of that is to say, no chocolate. There might be some chocolate in the trail mix. All that is to say, like, technically I should just be getting lighter as the trip goes on, because I'll be consuming that stuff. So really should be heaviest at the start. I also weighed out my carry pack, and without the water, it's like 7 pounds right now. So with the water, it's going to be like, I don't know, 15, maybe 20. So that's pretty light. I'm not taking any of my laptop or anything like that, which is usually what weighs the most. Usually my backpack's like, I don't know, 30 pounds. So 30 or 40, actually. I usually cram too much stuff in that when I travel. I always say that I always forget something on a trip. No matter the trip, I always forget something. Whether it's like a belt, a tie, depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing. And my goal is to make it nothing critical, i.e. like passport. So we'll see what I end up forgetting this time around. My sense is if I forget something, it'll be something I didn't realize, like, oh, I really should have brought X. Like, oh yeah, I really should have had, like, the thing I'm most worried about now is how waterproof my lower half is. I'm concerned that my lower half may, in case it starts raining, I may be SOL when it comes to waterproofness for my lower half. So we'll see. Hey, Crochet Art, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. SOL, shit out of luck. It's a technical term. Okay, I need to go like 3 or 4 more rows. Boring. You're doing good? Excellent. I'm not doing too bad, thank you. I'm trying not to be too bored with this basket, which is why I'm like blabbing more than normal. Maybe, no, not a candy dish, it's a hat dish. See? Body prioritizes giving blood to essential organs, brain, cardio, and not digestion because harder to digest, so you want simple foods like carbs and sugars break down, not protein. Oh yeah, okay. No, that's good. So I should ditch the pistachios.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
Reading about people going up Everest. Ah. Yeah, I did hear, like, your digestion, you may get to the point of being, like, not wanting to eat, so they have to try to balance that. Crochet blue cupcake plushies? Yeah, those are looking fun. Are you making more of those? Reading about people going up Everest, now you've stopped. We're going kind of off season for Kilimanjaro, so we'll see how. I'm kind of curious what it looks like. I've heard Everest has gotten kind of gross. Also used to hear that there were lots of dead bodies on going up Everest, but I don't know if that's just folk rumor or whatever. Poop lanches. Lots of bodies, lots of trash. That was the story. So I forget if it's the company or in general or whatever that runs this stuff. They say something, there's like a 98% success rate for people making it to the top on this route. So there's numerous routes to go to the top of Kilimanjaro. And this is the Lemosho or something like that route, which goes through, like, I don't forget how many different biomes it is, but it's crazy the number of different biomes that you kind of pass through on your way to the top. But they say a 98% success rate. They don't say, like, I didn't see, like, you know, what about the other 2%? Is it death, or is it just like injury, illness, or something? Nerves. They don't tell you about that other part. 98% success rate. Moving on quickly. Let's see those stats. Break down that 2% for me. Wait. So they also offer like medevac insurance. So I've declined the insurance because the insurance is, I don't know, it was like $150. The insurance is only good for not high altitude medevac. So high altitude is 15,000. The summit's 19,000. So it's like, first of all, your medevacing is only good for part of the route. Anyway, you could pay even more for the high altitude medevac, but it was then, like, I forget what the insurance was, like $500 or something crazy. I'm stubborn enough that if I twist my ankle or something where it's like, yeah, I can't make it up, I'll just be like, I'll walk back. Do not call a helicopter. I'm fine. I'll hobble back. Yeah, just roll me down. You're gonna make blue cupcakes out of almost west out light blue yarn. You'll buy light blue on Walmart. Oh, nice. Okay. Blue cupcakes. Are those blueberry cupcakes? Yeah, right. Just hop on a frozen corpse, slide that puppy down. You be doing the person a favor, give him a proper burial when you get back. That's what they did on The Simpsons, right? After being scraped from all the rock, yeah. So that's what's not clear to me yet at this point, is like how rocky is everything going to be. Like if I see one injury happening, it's like, yeah, it's slipping on a rock and like spraining something or something along those lines. But, you know, if you're taking it slow and being careful, I am not taking trekking poles, which we'll see whether that was a mistake or not. I was more of the mindset that the trekking poles were more likely to make me actually make a mistake, because it's not something that I routinely. I've never used trekking poles other than, say, like the occasional stick when walking in the woods, which I haven't done in decades. So getting trekking poles to me sounded like more like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna end up doing something stupid because I'll be thinking like, I've got trekking poles. This is definitely one of those situations where having the bag of holding would be super incredibly helpful. Oops. Oh, I think that was only one color there. Well, that's fine. Weird. I'd have a bag of holding just for like crochet and knitting projects. That would be so handy, you know, just pull that out whenever you wanted, like work on your stuff, put it back in. Why don't they get on that? Is there anything I should get in Amsterdam airport when coming back? I got tulips last time. I'm not going to do that again. That's the other thing I meant to look up. I don't know, maybe someone knows or could look up. Like, what's a Tanzania thing? Like, if you're going to go to Tanzania to get something, what would you bring back? aside from like malaria. Beep, 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 beep. Oh wow. Tinga Tinga paintings, traditional textiles, kangas, kitenge fabrics, beaded jewelry, wood carvings, animal masks. Fine products made from soapstone, handwoven baskets, high quality coffee, and fresh spices from Zanzibar. Ooh, Zanzibar. Okay. Popular souvenirs include Maasai jewelry, Makonde wood carvings, Tinga Tinga painting. What is a Tinga Tinga painting? You can also find kanga and kitenge fabrics, local spice and coffee, tanzanite gemstones. Okay. Well, if I'm going to Tanzania, I might as well get some tanzanite, right? Support local artists in a great way and ensure the craft is sustained. Okay. Maybe try to do it on the back end. I think, you know, we have like an extra day on the front end, I think, but I think I want to stay away and just stay healthy. Maybe we can find time on the back end. Tinga Tinga painting? Oh, okay. Edward Tinga Tinga. I'm sorry. It's sort of like, oh yes, John Tinga Tinga. Thanks. Frank Tinga Tinga. What were we were playing Silk Song the other day, and I was fighting, what was the guy's name? Grote. And Melindorp was like, yeah, his name is Steve Grote. Oh yeah. Neat art style, lots of animals. Yeah, it is neat. No Tinga Tinga for me. Well, I think there's a couple things there. One is, like, how would you get that back? Unless if it's like a piece of paper and you can roll it up, and even then that's risky. I also have lots and lots and lots of art, and I don't need more art. Fabrics, beads, gemstones, I could probably like do something with and work with. Also, the other reason I would shy away from artwork is I need to save wall space for the inevitable remainder of the Lord of the Rings Fellowship paintings that will be buying. Okay, that's 4. We're theoretically doing 3 more rounds. I'm also, as you all know, not a coffee drinker. So, speaking of coffee, I hope coffee's been okay. I haven't seen Wincing much recently either. Hope she's okay. You get spices? Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably be a good option. I wouldn't know what to get, though. Right? Like, it would be like the Muntoku spice. Like, okay, what do I do with this? I have no idea. You make antelope stew out of it. Oh, okay, well, I'll see if I can find a local exotic butcher that sells antelope here. deer. Can I make deer stew with the say slapping in some chicken? It'll probably be fine. Actually, no, that would be terrible if you're like, this is the best chicken I've ever had. Where am I going to get these spices again? Gotta go back to Tanzania, pick up some more spice. You have one of the largest collections of spices in the Northern Hemisphere. What would be the main target for some Zanzibar spices? Cinnamon cloves, pepper, ginger, cardamom. So it's less like rare spices and more the fact that there's spices from Zanzibar. Is that the deal? You'd grab real cinnamon. What constitutes real cinnamon? Every time I read an article on cinnamon about the different types, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got it, and then I forget. Most days what you, okay, so the fake stuff, but the most common stuff is cassia. The real stuff is Ceylon, is that right? Although it's kind of funny because like I like the cinnamon, so kind of curious what I think I've had Ceylon cinnamon. Honestly, like real cinnamon bark is very paper-like, so very thin. Not the super thick, almost like cork-like stuff that we usually get. See, I think I would be worried about like going to just like a tourist trap area though. So I don't know, we'll see. If the opportunity presents itself, maybe. Depends on what you see. Yeah. I think I told the story about when I went to Israel. Right, it's very clearly, right, I mean, we were going as part of a set tourism package, right? We had a dedicated tour guide, all that stuff. But it was very clear that it's an industry that is built on relationships and kickbacks. And so, you know, throughout it, the tour guide is trying to encourage us not to go spending stuff, that we will have opportunities to go to specific places that are like designated to spend, right? Okay. So, interesting. And at one point we go to a very specific place like in Bethlehem that's like all about olive wood carvings and stuff like that, right? With like set named people and blah, 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 and a big sales pitch. And oh my gosh, that was clearly one of the bigger money makers all around. But when we were in Jerusalem, we went out at one evening, and literally around the block from our hotel was this little small shop that was an olive wood like store. And it we were looking around, and you know, the prices were cheaper than the other place we had been. And one of my friends was talking with the store owner, and he said like, well, it's because you're not here with a tour guide, I can offer you some much bigger discounts. Like, what? So yeah, if you're there with a tour guide, they're like required to give a certain amount of a percent of the sales to the tour guide for having brought in the business. And so the prices are all set at kind of like a higher level to cover that cost. Yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, you can take 30-40% off of these prices. Like, wow. Like, no wonder the tour guide wants to make sure you save your money and spend it at their designated places. And you know, I get it, right? It's a business. Tourism's a business. You're bringing in people that want to spend. I will say it was bordering on obnoxious at the place we did go, because they had a whole sales pitch, like, hey, here's the big ticket items that we have here that you can't get anywhere else, sort of a thing. And what was, and then they had like wine. So while you were shopping, you could have some wine. It's like, really? Like, oh boy. And I mean, again, there were people that bought like, you know, four-figure nativity sets. Nativity sets and Last Supper sets are like highly popular, apparently. You're living in tourist town now, you wonder if the same happens there? Probably. Probably. I mean, right, or if you go to the tourist area where like the hotels and whatever are, if you went into the shops there, I'm sure you would see a noticed increase of prices. And probably items that you'd be like, why? You know, like, why is this here? Why is it so much? And that sort of a thing. And it's because they're relying on the tourists that don't know any better, that may not have the means to go anywhere else and find something normal. Well, you see mostly selling in the shops the same crap. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's usually just all schlock. That was the hard thing to tell, was like even the stuff that some that were selling in some of the places is like is that really made here, or is this just like made somewhere else and then shipped in? It's like probably the latter. When I was in Iraq, they had a little like souk area where you could go and buy things on the military installation, so you didn't have to leave, which is fine for me because there was no way in hell I was leaving the military base. You know, they would have like these little brass animals and things like that, and so I ended up buying a bunch of little elephants because they were cheap and I could buy a lot of them for gifts for people, and they were kind of cute. But it's like, were they made in Iraq? No, probably not. Anyway. Hey, have a good one, Goshi. I got a little bit wiser when I went to Afghanistan. I bought some rugs from some vendors that were clearly like locals. Actually, they weren't local, but they were from up north in Afghanistan. But I also picked up some lapis. Some lapis pieces, like Just simple, cheaper pieces. Nothing elaborate. This lapis is the lapis lazuli is kind of a unique stone to that area. So that was neat. So I've still got like a coaster made of lapis, and I've got like some sort of animal. Kind of hard to tell. It's kind of like a Japanese animal. Like, you're not quite sure what it is. Could be a dog, could be a cat. Could be a... who knows? Yeah, it is a pretty blue. This, the Afghan lapis also has these streaks of white quartz marble in it, and flecks of gold, which I think it's more feldspar or some other mica thing. But it's a very, very pretty stone in its complexity. And then obviously you got the beautiful deep rich blue of the lapis. But the other pieces of it are really, parts of it, really beautiful. Actually, if you looked up Afghanistan lapis, I wonder if it would look. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of like it here. Oh man. Alright, hold on. Wrong button. I like this, although with more white. Maybe a little bit more like this. Or say that. I like a mixture. Anyway, it is a pretty gemstone. How do I reboot the Stream Deck? Oh, has it changed? What happened? Where am I? Oh, magic chords. A robot? Okay. Okay, I should be back. Am I back? There we go. My Stream Deck is like all glitched. The buttons. So I can't see what I'm pressing, so I had some, but I apparently hit one of the voice mod buttons. How do I reboot the console? The buttons? Like, I just need to have it refresh. Huh. There's no obvious, like, reboot button. Okay, I don't see anything else. No, it's not rebooting my... Hmm. How to reboot Stream Deck. Yeah, none of that's working. No, not Steam Deck. Not Steam Deck. Stream Deck. Oh well. No idea.